Well, good morning, and welcome to the Morning Report. My name is Willie Lawson. The Morning Report is a production of fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com. We are pleased to see you here on YouTube or wherever you're watching uh, or listening, because this podcast is going out on Spreaker, and then it ends up on Spotify, and ends up and dang near everywhere. So we are thrilled that you're listening and you are watching. Um, let's get started. As you know, I am a football fan. I am. You say, who's your team? Right here, over everybody, over the Tampa Buccaneers. Love my Bucks, but right here, here's my heart. Right here, here's my heart. And but we watched some NFL this past weekend, and we watched the Chiefs and the Ravens. Actually, I didn't watch that game. I slept through that game. I took a nap, and I didn't really want to get up and watch it. I didn't, and I'll tell you why in a minute. I also, and then I got up and watched most of, except for maybe the first quarter of no, I didn't watch the first or second quarter, but I watched the third and fourth quarter of San Francisco and Detroit. Now, I know a lot of you who watch have sworn off the NFL because of the sitting during the national anthem and all that stuff. But I think for the most part we've gotten our way. I didn't see any sitting during the national anthem. We still see the flyovers. People coming out with the big flags and doing the whole thing. So I think that we've gotten our way. I think that we have said to these idiots, and they're idiots. Y'all got to cut that out. Owners have finally stood up and said, no, 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 no. My employees aren't doing that, or people who are the independent contractors. That's a better word. No, you may not do that, and still have a contract on this job site. So I think we've gotten our way. So again, college, my guys right here, scalpel. Still named Seminoles because they have a great relationship with the Seminole tribe of Florida. Still called Seminoles. Yeah, the leftists tried to go after them and say you can't use that as a mascot, but the tribe has said, yeah, they can. Yeah, they can. Shut up, nobody talking to you. Is what they said. The tribe said, the Seminole tribe said, shut up. We're not talking to you. That's another reason why they're my boys. In any case, there's a lot of conversation about the Kansas City tight end Travis Kelce, number 87, and Taylor Swift. Okay, I'm a musician and been in a number of musical organizations from middle school, junior high school. I didn't go to middle school, junior high school, college, professional, my own bands I played in, all that stuff. And I came up with this thing that some of you, actually maybe not any of you who are in my audience, will think, but there's nothing more deadly to a band than a chick singer. What? Yeah, a chick singer. And I believe that chick singers like Taylor Swift are a dime a dozen. What? Yes. People are, pushing back. People like David Letterman and these other people are pushing back on all the Taylor Swift hate. Let me open up something to you. I equate Taylor Swift hate to the people who hate MAGA. They're the same thing. Because here's what it is. It isn't that I necessarily give a rat's butt about Taylor Swift. I don't. No. I think that she's another chick singer. She's another Tiffany. I use air quotes If you're listening, if you're listening and not watching, she's another white chick singer. A bunch of, as far as I'm concerned. Um, so it isn't her that I have a problem. And I don't think a lot of people have trouble, as much trouble with Donald Trump as they have trouble with people who support Donald Trump. I don't have much trouble with. I don't have any trouble with. Yeah, Taylor Swift. It's the Swifties and all the people who are Swiftie advocates that have come out of the work. It's you that I don't like. It's you I don't like. I tweeted on X and response to a post from Jeff Charles. It's like New York Yankee fan and Boston Red Sox fan, New England Patriot fan. It isn't that I have a problem with the New York Yankees necessarily and how successful they've been, or all the Boston Red Sox for that. I mean, for that matter. Um, it's their fans. It's their fans I don't like. It's their supporters I don't like. It's their supporters that are jerks. One of the local radio stations, sports stations, uh, 620, used to play this when my friend Chris Thomas was alive. He used to play this little bumper that said this little punch in that said, "All Yankee fans are jackoffs." Yeah, the fans. I mean, you can't deny the accomplishments of the team. It's the fans that don't like. I guess Taylor Swift has had a decent career up until now for what it is. When her fan base is a 15-year-old girl for the most part, I guess. Um, I I don't see the fascination. I'm not part of her fan base. I'm not part of her demographic. Uh, but the venom that our fan base will expound and spit at you if you say anything negative about her. It's like the beehive. That's where I don't necessarily want to see the cutaway to Taylor Swift in in her box. If Travis Kelsey catches a 2 yard pass and goes out of bounds, I don't want to. I don't care. Now, as a person who's been married for almost 40 years, I love to see that same cutaway to the wives that have hung in there through some offensive lineman's career for 15 years. And she's not sitting in a box. She's sitting on the elements with everybody else. When her husband's team scores a touchdown and that guy gets a heck of a block. Let's just go to her. She's put the time in. I'd rather see that. I'd rather get to know her than Taylor Swift. Wouldn't you? Okay, now that I've addressed it, you can have a way at the comments. You can just knock yourself out. I don't care. Which is why I didn't want to see, and it's terrible. I didn't want to see Kansas City in the Super Bowl because I don't want to see that. And now we're going to see that. And God forbid if they win. But anyway. So I guess I'm going to be a San Francisco 49er fan tomorrow. I mean, on the 11th. Now, I often say, I've said this for, I don't know, I've said this for years now. When talking about partisan politics, it is the hypocrisy that drives us crazy. I mean, it's the wanton, in your face, middle finger hypocrisy that makes us nuts. U.S. Representative Cori Bush of Missouri, Democrat of Missouri, a member of the quote squad, is reportedly the subject of a criminal probe being run by the Federal Department of Justice related to an alleged misuse of funds for security services. Yeah. First reported by Punchbowl News based on 6 sources familiar with the investigation, the House Sergeant at Arms reportedly confirmed his cooperation with the Biden DOJ in its probe. The House announced on Monday that the Sergeant at Arms had been subpoenaed and was cooperating with the Justice Department. Punchbowl News scooped that the Justice Department was seeking spending records as a part of a probe of a House Democrat. The spending records they were seeking were in relation to an alleged misspending of security money. As we reported previously, Cori Bush has a quite unique relationship, literally, with her personal bodyguards. It's not. She says no. It's not the bodyguard Congressman Bush just recently married, which is the real thing that happened. Yes, the queen is the queen of defund the police. Is personally protected by a phalanx of armed security guards, one of which whom she fell in love with. I'd say Mazel Tov, but how she and some of her fellow squadsters might feel about that particular phrase. Anyway, the bodyguard I'm referring to is a man who is rather special, it seems. Yeah. Town hall friends over at the Washington Free Beacon dug up claims from one of Bush's security guards that he can summon tornadoes at will, cause earthquakes with his hate, and conduct blood rituals to bring ruin on his enemies, and is an intergalactic master of psychic self-defense, born 109 trillion years ago. These are quite the qualifications, which in some zany world explain why Bush's highest paid security guard. That's Bush's highest paid security guard. What the hell? Based on public records and online statements, the Free Beacon reported that this character has earned over $137,000 providing security services for Bush from 2020 to the spring of 2023. Yeah, it'd be cool. Over the past couple of years, I earned $137,000 for security services because you can call up a tornado. Anyway, the Free Beacon confirmed that Davis is in fact a St. Louis, Missouri spiritual guru known as Ahasin Pinaki, who teaches classes on how to read minds, summon mythical beings, and maintain urban gardens to avoid having to buy food from the Jews. It's hard to imagine that 109 trillion years old could be adept to personal security, but being able to read minds helps. There's surely more to come as the OJ investigation plays out and more details are made public. So Cori Bush has used basically taxpayer funds to pay this guru who can read minds, summon up demons, right? And is an intergalactic master of psychic self-defense who was born 109 trillion years ago. $137,000 of taxpayer money. If this wasn't so important, it'd be comical. But here's what's going to happen. Zero. This is obviously a misuse of government funds, obviously, easily. And this is the same woman who says that the police need to be defunded, that she needs security, but the police departments around this country are going to get defunded, which will make it more dangerous for you and me, unless we can read minds and summon up demons. And those of you who were born 109 trillion years ago, get to the front of the line. It's insane. Now, I can't do anything about Cori Bush being in Congress. I live in Florida. That's not how our system works. I can just tell you, and if you live in Missouri, and if you live in her district, then it's you who need to make the change. People across Missouri can't do anything about it. Only the people who live in her district. And this is a cautionary tale for the rest of us. You can't do anything about Kathy Castor, who is the congresswoman from where I'm sitting right now. The thing that I'm grateful for, as much as I dislike the policies of Kathy Castor, I think she's awful, but I don't think she's insane. This woman's insane. Some of these people are absolutely, positively, demonically insane. And unless some of you decide to get moving, then and if you're just sitting around waiting for Trump, then you are the saddest of them all, and you are causing us the most problems. Can't sit around and wait for Trump. It's you. It's me. It's our lives that are on the line. If Trump becomes president, quite frankly, life for the rest of us won't change a lot. It just won't. If Trump does not become president, life for us will continue on this downward spiral because of the people who are in charge of our communities that are right around us that we had opportunity to do something about. I wish I could really impress upon you how important congressional elections are. They are local elections with national implications. I've been saying that, I don't know how long I've been saying that, forever? Ever since it came to me, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago. Congressional elections are local elections with national implications. The Democrats have figured this out. Some of you who watch this program seemingly have not. Because these people are supposed to go, and you still think what we call them representatives, they're representing you. They're not. They're representing major corporations, all sorts of other causes, them and worst of all, themselves. But not you, not me. Well, these changes have to be made. You got to go for it. You got to be Dan Campbell. You got to go on fourth down. You got to go when it doesn't, when you don't think that you could possibly win. I respected my friend Eddie Adams Jr., who ran in this district for Congress a number of times. Now it is a 70-30 Democrat to Republican district demographically. So on paper, never looked like he had a shot. But it was important to continue to move the needle and get what needed to be said in the public square. And he did that. And which is why I continue to do this, is to get what needs to be said in the public square said. Tell me what you think. Tell me that you're not excited necessarily that Snoop Dogg is, standing up for Donald Trump. Who gives a rat's ass? Snoop Dogg can't, Snoop Dogg's followers aren't going to elect Donald Trump, and you don't want that anyway. Can't wait around for Trump. You can do something today. Write down in the comments what you plan on doing. I told you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get involved in my local election. I'm going to get involved in my city council, county commission, mayoral, state legislature, state house, state senate. We're going to do. My suggestion is that you do the same. All right, we got to get out of here. Make room for somebody else. So until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, I'll take care of yourself. We'll see you when we see you. Bye bye now.